Support the missions of Idaho nonprofits and build a stronger Idaho. That's the goal of Idaho Gives, the Gem State's largest single day of giving. It's coming up later this week. If you want to help feed the hungry, fight cancer, rescue pets, support the arts, encourage education, or put your money to work for another worthy cause, there are hundreds of charities to choose from. But how did it all get started? How does it work? And who's behind it? What you need to know about Idaho Gives, ahead on Viewpoint.
From Idaho's News Channel 7, this is Viewpoint.
And welcome to Viewpoint. I'm Doug Petcash. Idaho Gives. The name of the event pretty much sums it up. It's a 24-hour opportunity for you to give a monetary donation to your favorite cause in a quick, easy, and convenient way right from your computer, tablet, or phone. The fundraising goal this year, $1.5 million that will help hundreds of nonprofits all across the state. The 6th annual Idaho Gives is this Thursday, May 3rd. And once again this year, KTVB is a proud sponsor of Idaho Gives. My first guest is here to explain everything about Idaho Gives. Amy Little is the president and CEO of the Idaho Nonprofit Center, which organizes the event. Amy, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, you're getting close now.
Yep.
It's exciting. How's it all coming together?
It's coming together really, really well. We're all excited and we just can't wait for Thursday.
It's coming fast.
I know.
Well, first of all, let's take a step back. What is the Idaho Nonprofit Center?
So the Idaho Nonprofit Center we're really kind of the membership organization for nonprofits in Idaho. And we do a lot to support nonprofits. We do a lot of training and education and advocacy. So we're really the support for all the other nonprofits in Idaho.
And so those are the types of services you offer then, is that they can call you. You're a resource that if they need help with any kind of thing that comes up. Exactly.
We get a ton of calls all the time for different information about whether it's relating to how their board functions or if they have a question, a legal question, an accounting question. We do a ton of and we call it capacity building training, but we do a lot of work with our organizations to help them be stronger and remain sustainable and in operation, because nonprofits do so many wonderful things in all of our communities, and so it's really an honor for us to be able to support them.
One way that you help sustain them and make them stronger is by helping to raise money for them through Idaho Gives, now in its 6th year. But how did it all get started?
You know, it's kind of a funny story, actually. Lynn Hoffman used to be the executive director of the Idaho Nonprofit Center, and she and another team member had heard about giving days, and there's the one that's been in existence the longest is actually in Minnesota. So they brought this information to the board of directors at the time. I believe it was in 2012, and the board was a little hesitant. It was kind of a new concept, and so it was an interesting experience kind of convincing the board of directors at that time that this was something that they should do. But the beauty of it is their goal was $500,000 for 500 nonprofits the very first year. And I think they raised close to $600,000 for the participating nonprofits that year. So even though it was, there was some trepidation about jumping in at first, it just became this amazing event. And really, the coolest thing besides raising all that money is the awareness that we can bring about all the nonprofits in our communities.
We're seeing the public service announcements airing on our station. We hear radio public service announcements as well. This is that public service announcement right now that's airing that I'm mentioning. And so yeah, that awareness is really key, because you not only show a lot of the nonprofits here, but then they're easy to find on the Idaho Gives website too when it comes to it.
Yeah, and that's for me one of the most exciting things about Idaho Gives is that, you know, you can connect to almost anything that speaks to you. So you can search by keyword, location, type of nonprofit name, whatever you're looking for, and everyone can find something that speaks to them that they are passionate about and want to give to. And the website makes it very, very easy.
It's idahogives.org, and we'll also have an Idaho Gives event guide on KTVB.com with a lot of information and links to that as well. So how many nonprofits do you have lined up this year?
So we have over 575 participating this year in literally every corner of the state.
Not only every corner of the state, but can you kind of give us an idea of the scope of these different nonprofits and the kind of things that they benefit?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, arts, education, animals, children, elderly, memory care. I mean, there's literally something for everyone out there.
So how much of someone's donation then actually goes to the nonprofit that they want to support?
And that's a great question. One of the things I really want to highlight is whatever we raise here stays here. So the money that we raise in all the communities goes straight back into those nonprofits almost immediately. There's a tiny transaction fee taken off of it, but last year for the credit cards, yeah. And it's like 2.2%. It's very minimal. And the interesting thing, last year about 70% of our donors actually covered the fee. So most of our nonprofits got 100% of the contribution.
Okay, so say somebody makes a $100 contribution, about $2.20 is going to be for that credit card fee. But then it's easy because if I remember correctly, a prompt pops up that says, would you like to also cover the credit card fee? Because otherwise that would come out of the donation to that charity.
Yeah,
right?
And it's the nice thing is the platform, the Idaho Gives will do the math for you, so you don't have to think about it, and it'll say the cost to make this gift is $2 and whatever. Would you like to cover it? And like I said, about 70% of our donors last year chose to do so. And
so even if they don't cover it, it's still about 98% of the donation goes to them.
Yeah, there's another smaller fee that goes to cover the cost of building the website, but again, it's very minimal. And we've reduced the fees for our nonprofits every single year that I've been involved with Idaho Gives. And so for the most part, we're confident that generally our donors will cover. I know I did for all the donations that I made last year, because it's hardly anything.
Right. And there are people who aren't online at this time. That is, of course, the easiest way. Can people make a phone call, or is this strictly an online fundraiser?
Well, that is a great question, Doug, because this year actually we have a 1-800 number that we have purchased to use, and it's 877-ID-GIVES, and we'll be showing it actually on the times that we'll be on with KTVB in the morning. And we'll be here in studio actually manning the phones for certain periods of time. And so while the donations are still processed online, we have a lot of givers that really aren't comfortable making a donation with their own computer. So we have decided, let's give it a try and really honor those donors and make it fun for them so they can participate as well.
And those who are comfortable donating online, the best type of card to use is a credit card rather than a debit card, because a credit card still gives more security.
That's correct.
Now, so we talked a little bit about the fees, but there is a cost to running an event like this. So how do you fund what you do to promote this event and to get the word out and to facilitate it?
That's another great question. So we have the most amazing underwriters that underwrite really our staff time to put it together. So we have Idaho Central Credit Union as our presenting sponsor. We have INL, and we also have Pacific Source Health Plan. So those three companies really underwrite the cost of our staff time to put the event together. And then we also upfront charge a nominal registration fee to the nonprofits that participate, and we use all of that money to fund our marketing, advertising, and PR campaigns. So we use every dime of that to help promote the event all across the state. So that's how we do it.
And I mentioned before too, of course, we're so proud to be part of this because we really try to reach out and help the community in ways that we can too, and it just seemed like a great fit for us to jump on board here at KTVB.
And that's another great mention too, that we have a ton of media partners all throughout the state, and you guys especially have been very, very helpful to really creating so much awareness here in the Treasure Valley and even into South Central Idaho, Wood River Valley. So we couldn't do what we do without the amazing partnership of our media partners, and we appreciate it.
So there are a lot of people who have their causes. They know what they want to help, but there are a lot of people who want to help but maybe don't know exactly where they'd like to put their dollars. What do you encourage them to do to figure out how they're going to make a donation if they'd like to?
You know, it's really funny because every year something different speaks to me about Idaho Gives. So the first year, I'm a cancer survivor, so one year I decided I'm going to make all of my gifts to cancer-related organizations. And then, you know, last year we adopted an animal, and so animals were very personal to me. And this year, you know, there's several different organizations. My daughter's involved in theater. So really think about how you interact with nonprofits in your life and what things you're most passionate about. And if you really love to be outdoors, I guarantee you there are tons of organizations that are out there doing things that are outdoors related. So just search and you'll find a whole bunch of them on the website.
And as you mentioned, on the search bar there on the homepage, you can just put in keywords for types of things that interest you, and that will give you the list of those
outdoor,
organizations.
ballet, theater.
All over the state, too.
All over
it gives you the whole
state,
list.
correct.
Has the growth of this event kind of exceeded your expectations?
You know, last year, the growth in donations was significant, and it was awesome and so exciting to see. So I think it has definitely exceeded my expectations, and we're really looking forward to seeing how much more we can grow giving and awareness and support for our nonprofits this year.
All right, so can people donate earlier? Do they have to wait till midnight and 1 second on May 3rd before they can
Actually,
donate?
we have giving open right now. So giving opens usually about a week and a half prior to Idaho Gives. There's some people who are traveling on May 3rd, and so they choose to make gifts early on. And so yes, absolutely, you can donate now, and some people choose to donate prior to and on Idaho Gives Day, and we welcome that as well.
Double down.
Double down.
So what are the next few days going to be like for you?
You know,
and your
really,
staff?
And our staff, really right now, it's just kind of putting the finishing touches on all the different events that we have statewide, and really making sure that we're giving all the awareness in all corners of the state about this event, and making sure that there's literally, you have to be living under a rock not to know that Idaho Gives is happening on May 3rd.
And will you have a location like you did last year where people can go downtown and celebrate?
Oh my goodness. This year we're at the Bass Block. So, and in the morning we have a ton of fun things happening inside the Bass Center. And then from basically 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. we're going to have just a big block party down on the Bass Block this year. And that looks like the weather's going to be great, and we're going to have tons of nonprofits and hands-on activities and all kinds of fun stuff. So we hope people will come down and join us.
You know, it'd be really cool if you hit $2 million this year.
That would be something
The
else.
goal is 1.5, but
That's the goal is 1.5. Yep. I might just do cartwheels.
if I still could, I
If
might
I
join
could,
you in
yeah.
that. Yes. Well, Amy, thank you so much, and best
Thank
wishes
you.
on Thursday, May 3rd.
Thank
it's
you so
coming up
much.
very quickly. And well, as we mentioned, about 600 nonprofits are signed up this year, and it's safe to say they each help people or animals in some way. Coming up next on Viewpoint, we'll talk to one of each to find out what they do and how much Idaho Gives can help them carry out their mission. Stay tuned.
Real life takes a real connection. For that, there's Cable One high-speed internet. Now you can get 100 megs at $40 a month for 3 months. Just call 855-808-2737. Cable One high-speed internet fits your budget and your life. And it comes with reliable whole-home Wi-Fi coverage. That's 100 megs, $40 a month for 3 months, locked. Plus qualify for free installation. Call 855-808-2737.
Oh, the furniture is here.
The only thing sweeter than store-to-door delivery is free store-to-door delivery. The free-for-all is on now at Furniture Row. Stop in today and save big on all your favorite designs and get free local delivery right to your door. Plus, enjoy up to 4 years no interest. For the best quality at the best prices around, you can't do better than Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Idaho Gives is a 24-hour day of online giving that raises money and awareness to Idaho nonprofits.
Idaho Gives. Idaho Performs.
Join us on Thursday, May 3rd to make Idaho stronger by donating to the causes you care about.
Idaho Gives. Idaho Rescues.
Nonprofits have a large impact on our state and would love your support. Go to idahogives.org on May 3rd and donate to your favorite nonprofit.
Monday, it's the Good Girls season finale.
You're sure he's coming for us?
We hire a hitman.
And I'm done.
They're not going down
I've got this. I'm gonna fix it and it'll all be over.
without a fight.
It doesn't matter what we've done. We're the good guys. He's the criminal here. He's the one who should be in jail, not us. I did something.
Good Girls season finale, Monday on NBC.
And welcome back to Viewpoint. I'm Doug Petcash. We're focusing today on Idaho Gives, billed as Idaho's largest single day of giving. It's happening this Thursday, May 3rd. It's your chance to choose from hundreds of nonprofits to donate to. We have 2 of those in studio right now to give you a couple examples of the kinds of charities that benefit from the big day. One helps people, one helps pets. My next guests are Ralph May, the Executive Director of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul of Southwest Idaho, and Emily Sullivan, a co-founder and board treasurer of Happy Jack Cats. It's a no-kill rescue organization serving Meridian and Boise. So thank you both for being here to talk about your organizations.
Thanks
Great
for having
pleasure to
us.
be here,
Thank
Doug.
you.
Well, Ralph, I'm going to start with you.
Sure.
Can you give us an idea of the size of the area that you serve here in Southwest Idaho with the St. Vincent de Paul Society?
Absolutely. We cover all of Canyon County, parts of Owyhee County, all of Ada County, and into Elmore County.
So you've got, and what do you have in those locations?
We have a lot in those locations. We actually have thrift stores scattered throughout, and that's probably what we're most famous for. But we actually have volunteer organizations in each one of those places that are actually serving people that are calling in and asking for help. So that's the kind of the down and dirty, hard work that is done is out there in the trenches, actually out there serving the people that call and asking for help.
So what services do you provide?
We provide a wide range of services. Again, we call them a home visit. So the helplines that we operate 3 helplines here in the Treasure Valley. From those helplines, 6,300 helpline calls last year. They're responded to by volunteers. And so those volunteers actually talk to those people and get back to them and then provide aid. We also have our thrift stores, which we provide through those same home visitors, people. They actually can write vouchers for clothing, for furniture, for household goods, things that the people are desperate for and need to be able to do well.
And
so
you have 5 food pantries too, don't you?
We have 5 food pantries, and we serve over 2,000 families a month through those 5 food pantries. We have a prescription assistance program that helps with medications that people can't afford to pay for. We have rental assistance. That's a big one. Over 400,000 last year went out in rental and utility assistance to keep people in their homes. We also work with reentry. So men and women that are coming out of prison, how do they reenter society? We have an entire program that's set around that to try to help them reenter society and be valuable parts of the community.
You do a lot of different things all across a large
It's
area.
difficult sometimes to explain everything that we do.
And Emily, Happy Jack Cats. And I also want to introduce our other guest here today. This is 4-week-old Possum, who is one of the cats that you are fostering. But tell me about Happy Jack Cats. What's its mission?
So our mission is to help all the kittens that come into our care live, thrive, and get adopted into forever homes. That's the goal, forever in one home.
How do those cats come to you?
Every which way. We get calls every day, all day, emails also. I found a kitten on the side of the road. I found a kitten in a woodpile. My cat had kittens and I can't find homes for them.
And this little guy's parents actually, or mom actually got hit by a car.
Her mom was hit by a car, yep, that's really common. You know, obviously if a cat is pregnant, it's probably outside and it's roaming, and if it has to cross a street to go catch a mouse or something, and there's little babies back home, the babies will die without our intervention.
And you've had her?
Since she was about five days old. She's been bottle fed by our president, Melissa, and she's doing great. And the thing about kittens is they have a long time that they have to stay with us because they need to be spayed or neutered, and they can't. That can't be done until they're a certain age. So taking care of kittens is very expensive. Besides the food and litter, we have to spay and neuter them too.
That's what all that money from Idaho Gives will help with.
Absolutely.
You don't have a storefront location. You're based off of foster homes.
Yep. We have fosters from East Boise to Nampa. Here you go.
I'm going to say hello to Possum. Go ahead.
And we taken cats from Mountain Home to, we've taken a few from Utah, from kill shelters down there, all the way out to Ontario. Jack, our mass cat. Yes, he's a real cat. This was a Ward Hooper caricature of him. He came from Nyssa, Oregon, and he was a rescue cat out of Nyssa.
So he is a real cat.
He's a real cat, and
he's still around today, right?
Yep, he's owned by our corporate secretary, who is Melissa's mother.
So, Ralph, let me get back to you. You mentioned all those different things that the Society of St. Vincent de Paul does. How much do you rely on volunteers, and how much do you rely on donations?
Volunteers is the base of everything we do. We calculate that we use somewhere in excess of 1,000 volunteers throughout the year to be able to carry on the services and do the things that we do. So volunteers are the core. We actually have, for all the services we do, we have very few employees, and those are primarily in the stores.
And then donations, how would you say that you would likely use whatever money you raise through Idaho Gives?
The money that we would receive from Idaho Gives, that anybody would donate to Idaho Gives, is going to go to help whatever the most critical need is in that moment. We operate on a very skeleton staff. We operate with very low overhead, so we can readily see this program. For instance, we have a lady that works for reentry folks, men and women coming out of prison, for employment. But maybe we need put a little bit of money to keep that program going. Or we need it in the food pantries. Maybe
so you'll be able to direct
buy food. So we'll be able to direct it and make it where it's going to make the most difference for the most people.
And you're all donation as well at Happy Jack Cats, right? I mean, all volunteer.
Yep, we're all volunteer. Terrible paycheck every week.
But so fulfilling when you get to do that.
This is our pay. It's little things. What we do with the money from Idaho Gives is 70% of our expenses are medical. Spay, neuter, food, medicine, medicine, supplies, microchips, vaccines. So that's primarily where our costs are with medical expenses. And since we're all volunteer, you know,
do you get some grants too, as well as donations?
We do get some grants.
You have some support from Petco, I understand.
We work with Petco, yep. We actually are able to keep a few cats in kennels for adoption at Petco, and we've received a grant every year since we've been a nonprofit from Petco Corporation, Petco Foundation. So we're really grateful to them.
And this started in 2015. You're a co-founder, along with, you mentioned, the board president, Melissa. Why did you decide to actually make this kind of a formal nonprofit in 2015?
Well, Melissa do you know what TNR is? Trap, neuter, return. Okay. Where there's feral cats that are producing kittens. Volunteers trap them, get them neutered, and return them to where they were so they can live their lives out, but they won't be reproducing. But she kept getting babies in the traps. And if they are slightly sick or have ringworm, babies just come, there's always something wrong with them at first. They don't have a good chance of life either on their own or if they were turned into a shelter. So she was great at caring for them, making them better, and finding them great homes. So there's no money in that. Yeah. And as a nonprofit, you're able to apply for grants and accept donations and offer tax deductions for people. So that's why we turned it into an actual nonprofit, so that we could continue to help the kittens and take on tougher cases, you know, tougher medical cases, and help as many as we could.
And now you've actually helped more than 1,000 find homes.
We've taken in almost 1,250 cats and kittens, and we've found homes for, you know, we don't euthanize for space. We're a no-kill shelter. So if they are, you know, deathly ill or deathly damaged from an accident or something, then we may humanely take care of that. But we have found homes for almost 1,200 cats and kittens in this valley, and it's we work really hard to make sure that they're going to be forever homes.
Well, good luck to you as you
you
continue your mission of helping cats at Happy Jack Cats. And Ralph, I want to come back to you and ask about the economy. Seems like it's humming along. We just saw that unemployment in Idaho just dipped below 3%. It's like 2.9%, I think, for the month of March. But what are you seeing in terms of need?
What do we see is particularly among the food pantries. What we've got is we've got a situation where there's a lot of families that are just kind of in between. They might have a job, and they found work in this economy, but they don't qualify for food stamps anymore. So they come to the food pantry to make that up. Or they get food stamps, one person's working, the other one isn't, they've got a couple of kids, they just need that to be able to get through. There's some threats current threats right now to the food stamp program. So all of those things, that's where we need to take up the slack and help to make up the difference. When those programs change, we need to be ready to jump in and take care of that. What we're trying to do too is in this economy, it's a great economy, we're trying to get more people in working so that they have a sustainable life. So we're working more with employment, and we're stretching into education to help with a few life skills.
That's great. I'm going to have to stop it right there. But both of you, thank you so much for coming in to talk about what the Society of St. Vincent de Paul does, Happy Jack Cats. So Emily and Ralph, thank you very much for sharing the story of your organizations today.
Great pleasure being here.
And
thank you, Doug.
Good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Hope you raise big bucks.
Thank
Well, stick around. We're going to wrap things up when we come back with a recap of how you can make a donation for Idaho Gives if you'd like. It's easy.
Oh, the furniture is here.
The only thing sweeter than store-to-door delivery is free store-to-door delivery. The free-for-all is on now at Furniture Row. Stop in today and save big on all your favorite designs and get free local delivery right to your door. Plus, enjoy up to 4 years no interest. For the best quality at the best prices around, you can't do better than Furniture Row, home of Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
I don't understand what he says to me. Tricky, tricky, be freaky, freaky, dee. I definitely no comprendo.
Celebrate 20 years of Race for the Cure with KTVB. Sign up now to be a part of our team, Seven's Pink Peacocks. When you support Race for the Cure, you help provide services for women right here in our community. Race Day is May 12th, but be sure to register now so we can walk, run, or jog together as Seven's Pink Peacocks. Race for the Cure with KTVB. For more information, visit the community page at ktvb.com.
The time is now!
Tonight, the vote for women
If the speech is so important, why don't you give it?
must be saved.
They will shoot whoever goes up there.
Someone has to do something now.
Timeless, tonight on NBC.
You are super talented. You nailed it. You are the best country singer on this show.
And just to recap for you, Idaho Gives is happening this Thursday, May 3rd. It's a 24-hour opportunity for you to donate to the charity of your choice. And there are about 600 nonprofits from all over the state to choose from. Here's how it works. First, just go to idahogives.org. We also have a link to that and a ton of information in our Idaho Gives event guide on ktvb.com. Once on the Idaho Gives website, if you know which nonprofit you want to support, just search for it on the site in the search bar and follow the donation steps. It's pretty easy. Of course, you'll need a credit card. Now, if you don't know which nonprofit you'd like to support yet, you can actually go to the website right now and look around to find one you like, and you can donate now if you'd like to. It's open. You can search categories by typing in keywords in the search bar, such as education, animals, arts, etc. Again, check the Idaho Gives event guide on ktvb.com. There will also be a number to call on that day. That's all of our time for this week's Viewpoint. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Doug Petcash. I'll see you tomorrow on today's Morning News and right back here for another Viewpoint next week.